Hi everyone, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am here to bring you my Simply Saturday video number 61, and I hope that's what I put on this video. But anyway, it is our number 61. So anyway, what I want to tell you about Stampin' Up is don't forget that our new catalog is live, our new online exclusives are live, and we got a lot of great stuff. And tonight I am going to bring you a paper that is in, I can't even remember, and I should have looked it up. Let me see, my catalog happens to be laying right here. And so does my online exclusive stuff. That's kind of weird, because usually I don't have all of that laying right here with me. But I do today, so... let's look at that. Well, it's right here on the front page. It is called Lovely Blossom Sweet. And, well, I got my cat wanting to eat my paper now. I am going to be using the Lovely Blossoms 12 by 12 paper. And I'm going to show you what I did with that, just with one piece of it. And that's what we are going to work with tonight. So I'm going to turn my camera down and we're going to get ready to do that. I also want to mention that this next Saturday is my experience a blind date with a kid. It'll be held at my church, and if you are local and you still want to get in on it, you can. The deadline is today, Saturday, January 17th. That I had the 16th on there, but I wanted to give it a full day, so I'll be cutting it off tomorrow. And so if you want to join, you have, I'm cutting it off tomorrow. I'm going to cut it off Saturday night at late evening, probably. I want to get that taken care of and done. So I'll be all ready for it the next Saturday. So I just want to let you know about that. Excuse me, if you have any questions, just let me know and I will try to answer them for you. So let's turn the camera down. And while we're doing that, I am going to reboot my page here and get it up to where I can make sure that I stay in focus, which is sometimes not as easy as I want to. I don't know why I was looking up for the tags. So, and my cat is standing in my way because she sees my mouse. So I had to move it out of the way of the camera. Can you move, Moxie, so I can see, please? It would be so nice of you if you could do that. But who knows? I forgot to get my gems out, so I'm getting me some gems to use for my cards. I'm going to have to order some more of this one. I think that might be all I... No, I think I do have another one. Yay, I do. Yay. I love to use gems. And I think my cat's moving my camera with her tail. So anyway, I was listening to noise. I hear noise. But anyway, nothing to be concerned about. Can you hear the music? It just went off. That was my neighbor pulling in the driveway. He's going to bust his eardrums. So anyway, here's what we're using. I'm going to be using this paper. I am going to show you what piece that I'm going to be using because I'm only using one piece. And these are a couple cards that I've already done out of a piece of it. And if you notice, I only did a little bit of stamping. Everything is done for me, and I did not put a center in that, and I need to do that. So I'm going to get me a piece of cardstock and have it ready for that. and I'll fix it in a minute. So, the piece of paper I am using, I laid it to the side. Mox, you gotta move, baby girl. Move your little tush over. Thank you. Let me pull my camera up just a little bit, so you can see this whole piece of paper. This is the paper I used, and if you notice my cards, I took and cut this down. This is this one. I just cut the white down to fit here, did a sentiment and put on there. This one, I cut a piece of green that would match the leaves, which is in that paper pack also. And then I used my everyday arches and did this die cut, and then I did the happy birthday and cut that out. And on this one, I did put the inside on this one. I did stamp, but I just stamped one of the flowers, kind of looks like that, and put on the inside. And that is probably what I'll do with this one in a few minutes. The stamp set that I used was what matches the paper. It's called Lovely Arrangements. It's this right here, and this is the flower I used. And then I used the happy birthday and the hello friend. And the paper pack, I don't have much of the paper left. Oh my gosh, I've been using it. But here's some of the paper. This is what's on the one, which has this. Here's this with the crumb cake little flowers. Here's petal pink with this pattern, and then that is that pattern. And then this has, I'll show you the background to it. As soon as I find somewhere to lay my paper, that stuff laying all over here. I need to take time to clean some stuff up. And that is the back of this one. So anyway, I am going to cut the papers. Why it's not cut, I'm going to go ahead and cut the paper and show you what we're going to be using. I think I am going to have to, or maybe not. This piece right here is 6 inches. So I'm going to cut that 6 inches this way and cut that off. And these are actually 6 by 4. And I think what I'll use is this right here, because I haven't used that one yet. So let's try this one. So I'm going to cut that at 4 inches, because that's what these measure. And then I have these two left. I am not going to keep this at 4. I have a piece. Well, I have the wrong piece now of I'm changing my mind on what I'm doing. I have this that's 5 1/4 by 4. So I want to try to cut this down to 5. So what I'm going to do is, I think, because it's 6, I'm going to go a 1/2 inch this way. And I can probably use these little pieces. And let's see what a 1/2 inch this way. Don't want to cut too much off that top. So I want this 5 by 3 3/4. Or maybe I want it 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. That's what I want. 5 1/8. So let's go to that with this one. I think that'll look pretty good. And then we're going to try to go 3 3/4 here. It's already 4. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of this side. And then let's cut a little bit off of here for 3 3/4. Okay, now, since we have that one cut down, we're going to do it first. We're going to do 2 cards. I'm going to use 2 different things here. I'm going to take and just mount this on here. And you notice I've got a little bit of border because I actually wanted that a little bit smaller. And I took it, because that was 4, and I took it down. So let's go to, that's 4. Let's go to 4 1/8. Just make sure I didn't mess up, or I'll be cutting this paper all day long. So let's see. My paper doesn't want to move. Yep, that'll work. I just want a little white border around there. Kind of makes the image pop up a little bit. So let's glue those 2 together. I love this paper, and this is such a great way to make some easy cards and use up the cardstock. Of course, I like the back side of it too, and I've used it some, but I hate cutting up these panels because if you notice, and I'll show you that again, all that you get, because all of these are like 6 by 4, and then you got these that are 4, I don't know what I do with my ruler. Well, let's get the big ruler out. Doesn't matter what ruler we use, does it? Okay, these are 4 by 3s, and then these I think are 2 by 2s. 2 by 2s. So you can make different things with your cards. Whoops. Hit my camera. So we are going to finish this card right now. And we're going to put this on the front. Making sure all my edges get down really well. And I am going to actually do dimensionals on the back of this. So let's do that real quick. I needed one more. Go figure. We'll just cut one. Put that right there. So that way we'll have it stand up pretty well. And then we're going to put a sentiment on it. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take the other card and we are going to put it together. That way we'll do the sentiments at the same time. Do you like doing these kind of cards that are with the panels that come in some of our DSP? I really like it. So I'm going to take this to go in here. And do I want to put something like this just across? I think I will on this one instead of stamping it. I think that will be kind of neat. I love to use up all these little pieces. We get so much in little pieces. And I don't like to throw them away if I can help it. Sometimes I get overwhelmed though, and they have to leave. Especially when I bought a lot of the same paper, because I know I'm going to use a lot of it. And then I have all these pieces. And I'm like, oh, I can't stand it no more. Oh, we got glue right there. But you know what? I got a glue eraser just for that. And then we'll put a sentiment on it in a minute. In a minute. What we're going to do now, we're going to bring the paper trimmer back in, and we're going to trim off our next thing, what we're going to do. And I haven't used these yet to do it, so this card's going to be as new to me as it is to you. We're going to take and cut these 2x2s off. So I'm going to put that at 2 inch. I'm going to cut that. And that must be just a hair under 2 inch because, let's see, or I didn't have it even. That was probably me. I'm good for that. Can you quit over here, girlfriend? You know, she was sleeping so good until she heard me get the camera and stuff out. She's like, oh, I know what she's going to do. I'm getting up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me these 2 inch pieces right here. I'm going to cut these 3. I'm going to use 3 of them. So we have our 3 pieces there. That's what we're going to be using. And we're going to put them on white. And what I'm going to do with that, I think, is right. Yep, I do. I'm going to use a what am I going to use? Secret C card base, and my card bases tonight are 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. What I mainly use. So that's what we have here. Then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 crumb cake that's going to go on here. And then this is, well, this is 5 1/4 by 4. Wait a minute. That's 5 1/4 by 4. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 is what this one is. Had to make sure when I cut it. Had to think about it a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and put these 2 together, okay? I feel confident in doing this because I'm going to stamp on it. Kind of scary sometimes. Sometimes it gets kind of scary with what I do. Okay, so this is probably going to go like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim, I see a tiny bit of white there, so I'm going to trim that off. I didn't notice that until I picked it up and the light hit it. So I'm just going to put that there. Let's see if I got it. No, I got to just do it a little bit more. That's okay. There we go. I think the rest of them look okay. That just did not, still there. I got it in the groove, so I'm going to, there now, I should have it. There we go. If you see my cat, she's trying to, watch your nose, young lady. She loves paper. Here's you a piece of paper. Here's yours. There. No, you don't need the scissors. Watch her. She sneaks like she's going to get something over here. If you hear a crash, it's just her. So I think what I'm going to do, maybe, let's see how this will work. If I do these like this, actually I think I'll do these two like that. Going to overlap. And then I think I'm going to do this one on top of them. So that's what I'm going to have. So let's do that real quick. Want to use up the little tiny squares also, you know. So I'm going to eyeball this. Then we'll put this one on. And we'll put the flowers on top. Come on, I want to move it over just a little bit. It's funny, it doesn't want to move over where I want it to. I'm going to have to pull on it now. There we go. And then this one is going to go right here in the center. And now that I'm doing that, I see a little bitty edge on there. It's funny how the light, and I don't like that on there, so I'm just going to trim that off real quick. There we go. Got it. So let's put that one on. And it's going to go right here. And I think what we're going to do is pop that on. And what I do with my little, we're going to cut my little pieces up again. Maybe I can use all this. That'd be great. But I think it's a little bit too much for what I got here. Let's see. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to be using it all. Because I want a piece in the middle. There we go. I got rid of that. Yay. Don't you feel freedom when you get rid of that kind of stuff? I have to use all the little bits off of my dimensionals because it's all worth using. I mean, it's nothing wrong with cutting those sides up at all. Then you can cut them any size you want them to hold up whatever you need. And you know me, I like for it to hold up really well. So let's put that in the center. Okay. Now let's get out our stamp set and see what we have we can put on here. Do I want to put a piece that'll go across here? Or do I want to just stamp that down here and make it, I think I want it to go across there. So let's just seeing if I'd like petal pink across there. That's not big enough, daggone. That would have been nice. But let's just see what we can do. See what I have. Maybe in my paper pack. So, oh, we do have that one that's got the, let's see what we have. we might have some scrap here that we can use, and I think we do. Look at this right there. That will work wonderful. Look at all this paper. I have so much of it. So much. So what's everybody going to do with their weekend? Anything fun? I hope so. I don't know that I am, but we're going to go in the morning. Not in the morning. We're going to go Saturday morning. I'm actually taping this on Friday, so it is in the morning to me. We are going to the church, and we are going to rearrange all of our rooms for our food pantry, the freezer rooms and stuff. It's going to be a lot of work, but we got a lot of help coming, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to stamp this, and I'll stamp this high. Sending smiles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this kind of straight right there. And I'll go ahead and cut my angles. And I'm going to get my big scissors out because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut my angles first. And then I'm going to cut this. And I like to use the big scissors. And then I'm going to pop that across there. Now I think I'll just glue it since that's popped. Let's glue that. Do I want it there? It's kind of too big for there now. I do want it there. So I have paper all over the place. So I'm just going to go not all the way out to the ends because they will be sticking out on side to side. I think pretty much. So there we go. Now we're going to add this to the card. Then we're going to put something on the inside. And I think what I might do is just put this piece of, the piece that I used here across the bottom of my insert for my card. I like this one. Now we're going to put some, remember we're putting embellishments on there too. So it won't look as naked as it looks right now. So let's get me a piece of, since I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know what paper I would need for sure. So we're just going to put this down here, and I'm not even going to cut it down. I'm just going to leave it that size. Look at it this way. You don't have to write as much if you got a bigger piece of paper in there, because you're covering up space. And I'm actually going to put it up a little bit so that the white has a border. Then we're going to stick it in here. And that'll be just fine. I think that's what I'm going to do with the rest of these papers is go ahead and make some cards up with it, instead of letting it sit and do nothing. So there we go with that one. And now let's get some gems out. And this one, oh, we got that one. Is it this one I left off? Yes. Let's, well, what'd I do with it? Oh, I put it back up. Oh. See how organized I was? I put my stamp back up. I'm so organized. Sometimes. Sometimes I am and sometimes I am not. I like to say that I'm organized all the time, but I'm not. I'm going to put my flower right up here. And that way they can write around it. So let's put some gems on it. How about it? We've made some easy cards. That's what Simply Saturday is for. It's just to do things on the simple side. Now we'll put this in here. And that will look nice in there. I had to fill my precision glue gun up today with glue. It was getting mighty low. You don't realize how much glue you use until you do that. Okay, here's some of the cards we have. We forgot to put a sentiment on that. Let's do that real quick. And I had some. I think I want to put, I don't want to do sending smiles. I did that already. I'm going to do thinking of you, because I have a thinking of you stamp right here. I do believe. Yes, thinking of you. We can do that. I did everything in blue. I did everything in Secret C, the card bases, and I really like that with this paper. I think it looks nice. Just going to stamp thank you. And there we go with that. Thought my card looked a little not together. So, and all of them, I'm going to just do this. We're going to add some more dimensionals to that. Well, I think I can do that with 2. Now I'm at the end of this one. I can put 3. There we go. Now I'm at the end of it. So we'll see how we want this one on there. I think I'm just going to take and put it just like this down here. Now, embellishments. I think what I'm going to do is let's get this. I think I'm going to do the green over here. There we go with the green. We'll definitely do blue on this one. We could even do the cloud cover. It's in here on this one. Maybe that's what I'll do, is the light blue. Let's see what one of them would look like. We can always take it back off. You ever done that before? I think I'm going to use it. Just for something different. You ever do that? Just see something and it's like, oh, that looks really different. I think I like it. And that's what I'm doing. So there's that one. This one we're definitely going to do the blue. So I'm going to do big one and a little one. big one right there. So there we go with that one. And this one, I think I'm going to go back to the green and pop that green out a little bit. So let's do green. I always like putting two together. That's been my thing lately. You know how you just sometimes and there we go with that one. So we made 2 cards and I had 2 cards made. So we can take a look at that all together now. And I hope to have my PDF up. It's not ready yet, just with the measurements. And I really don't think you even need that. I'll at least have the cards pictures taken for you and a general idea of what things are cut. So there we go. What do you think about those cards? They're nice. I mean, there's not a lot of stamping, your sentiments, and then just decorating. But it's a nice way to use this piece of paper up, unless you use the back side of it, you know, which is a nice back side. Here's the other 3 that will make a nice card too. So anyway, you get, I have all this left, so I can actually make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more cards out of this. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, because I had these 2 made. And that was from another sheet because I showed you a whole sheet. So we made a lot of cards. Or you can make a lot of cards out of that one piece of paper. These would make cute little cards to put like 3 or 4 together and wrap them with a really pretty bow. Just have them like this, put an envelope behind each one of them, wrap a really pretty bow, and give them to when you go visit somebody that you'd like to take something to. You could take them a little set of cards and that. These would be great for something like that. So just wanted to let you know that I am going to get off of here. I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you can, be creative. If not, I hope you get to it soon. I am going to clean up my craft room a little bit. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough to where I need to give it a little bit of love. So that's going to happen tomorrow after we go work at the food pantry, I do think. So anyway, have a great day. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, I'll be on Tuesday for my Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And then Wednesday will be my What's Up Wednesday, which is another pre-recorded video. So until then, we will talk to you all later. Be blessed and be creative. Bye-bye.